The feast begins just before the dawn of day. The master of ceremonies first takes a deer's head, bites off a piece, imitates the cry of a crow and passes the head of the animal to another, who does the same, till all have tasted and imitated the peculiar note of some bird or animal. As soon as it begins to be light, the presiding officer takes a duck's bill and, dipping it full of the medicine, gives it to each one present, who puts it in a bit of skin and wraps it in several coverings, keeps it carefully until the next semi-annual feast. The skin of a panther is preferred for the first envelope if it can be obtained. Those who take part in the ceremonies are medicine men. Chiefs are allowed to be present. Also, any who have been cured of any disease by the medicine. Without the building, the young people gather for merriment, and the fragments of the feast are given to them when it is finished. When the medicine described in the second legend is used, the tune is sung which was heard at its discovery, both at the ceremonies of the feast and the time of administering it. They seem to think the ceremonies effectual in making the medicinal qualities of the compound imperishable. Each medicine man has a large quantity which he keeps in a bag, and in order not to exhaust the whole, now and then adds pulverized corn roots, squash vines, etc., and whenever it is administered, several persons assemble and sing. Both kinds are considered especially useful in healing wounds received in war. In reading the first legend, there will be seen very humorous allusions to the habits of the pigeon, heron, and crow, and there is a curious invention inspiring faith in the means used in healing. I have seen many who affirmed that they had tested the wonderful powers of each. The hunter and the medicine legend. There once lived a man who was a great hunter. His generosity was the theme of praise in all the country, for he not only supplied his own family with food, but distributed game among his friends and neighbors, and even called the birds and animals of the forest to partake of his abundance. For this reason, he received the appellation of protector of birds and animals. He lived a hunter's life till war broke out between his own and some distant nation, and then he took the warpath. He was as brave a warrior as he was a skillful hunter, and slew a great multitude of the enemy, till all were lying dead around him, except one who was a mighty man of valor, and in an unguarded moment, the hunter received a blow from his tomahawk on the head, which felled him to the earth. His enemy then took his scalp and fled. Some of his own party saw what befell him, and supposing him dead, left him on the field of battle. But a fox who had wandered this way immediately recognized his benefactor. Sorrowful indeed was he to find him thus slain, and began to revolve in his mind some means of restoring him to life. "Perhaps," said he, "some of my friends may know of a medicine by which his wounds may be healed, and he may live again." So saying, he ran into the forest and uttered the death lament, which was the signal for all the animals to congregate.